Good morning. He starred in the hit Broadway show Rent, Chicago, and How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And you also know him as Dr. Sam Bennett in the hit series Private Practice. But here's something you may not know about Taye Diggs. He's the author of a new children's book called Chocolate Me, and he joins us this morning to tell us what it's about and why he wrote this book. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So the book is called Chocolate Me, and I'm just going to read a little passage from the book, and then I'll ask you about it. Yes, it is a treat. It was a fun book to read.
Thank you.
This is the passage. You have skin like velvet fudge frosting mixed in a bowl. You can lick the spoon. Cotton candy hair soft to the touch of my fingertips or braided like rows of corn with a twist. And your smile, she says, and she's a mom, makes me so happy I could cry. No amount of money could buy how it makes me feel. For real, it's perfect. What are you trying to...
Thank you.
Did I
that
read
was
that?
Quite nice.
Thank you very much. It's quite a nice passage, actually. And why did you write it?
Well, let me give you the short version. I wrote a poem in college when I was very self-reflective about this period in my life when I was 5, living in this neighborhood where none of the kids looked like me. And, you know, kids would be kids. They made fun of me. And I went to my mother and asked her these questions. You know, why are these kids? Why can't I be? Why aren't I more like my neighbors, these other kids? And she basically just sat me down and taught me to love myself, to love my differences, to embrace, you know, that which these kids were making fun of and how that made me special. So years later, my best friend Shane, who also is the illustrator of this book, challenged me to turn this poem into a children's book. And we did. He obviously made some beautiful additions with the illustrations. And when we sold it, and now it's a book, and now I feel it's a message that everybody, you know, can use, because I feel it's universal. Everybody at one point in their life has felt on the outside, and this is a book about, you know, self-esteem and loving your differences.
And that chocolate comes from your father. He used to refer to black people as chocolate.
When I was growing up, you know, there wasn't any African American, and you know, there was black, there was Afro American. All of those words, at a certain instance, had a negative or could have a negative connotation. But I noticed, and you know, my father, rest in peace. I wish I could ask him. He always referred to us as chocolate, and later in my life, I realized that, you know, chocolate, I mean, you know, to a kid, there are no negative connotations to chocolate. So I grew up, you know, having a very positive, you know, after all of this, you know, very positive thoughts about being chocolate, as opposed to, oh, this person thinks black is this person, you know, this Negro means this to this person.
Which is a lovely thought, but I'll be honest with you. When I saw the title, the first thing I thought of was the former New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin after Hurricane Katrina.
When
he called it a chocolate city, and it had sort of a negative connotation then.
Right. Well, not this. This is only positive. How about that?
I like that better.
So you've now you've got a 2-year-old with your beautiful wife, Adina Menzel.
I read this book to him.
Did you tell me, by the way, she was on Glee?
She was on Glee,
last night.
Yes, she's on Glee this season.
Carol, why don't you tell me about these things? Clearly, the two of us go to sleep too early.
Get with the program.
But you have a 2-year-old, an adorable 2-year-old.
Who's milk chocolate?
What would he be? He's latte.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you read the book to him?
I have. It was a very seminal moment. It was very special to me, because obviously we wrote the book prior to him being born. But him being born just adds so much more to what it means to me and what it will mean to him.
I know what you said about your father, but you said in part the inspiration for this book came from your son.
Absolutely. You know, he's going to be. I'm jealous of him already. He's got a pretty good life, but at some point he's gonna come up against a situation like this, and I hope that he carries this message with him.
Well, what is? I mean, I was talking to one of the guys who works on our floor here, who grew up in a similar environment. Is it? It's not really racism. It was curiosity and sort of ignorance of kids around you.
Sure, and that's what I kind of wanna spread, because I don't want people to think that this is just a book, you know, for young African American children. It's a book for anybody that feels on the outside.
A little different on the outside, yeah.
And that's just, I think, the way we're programmed. Is anything we don't understand, we kind of fear, and then we kind of poke fun at. But if people can always kind of hold on to this, that which makes us different can make us stronger, we should appreciate that.
Well, and children are brutally honest.
Absolutely.
I mean, things just come out of their mouths. They don't really think before they
Absolutely.
say.
No. So I'm hoping that this can help a few people.
It's a great book.
Thank
like
you,
I said,
sir.
I've read it 3 times
Excellent.
already, which often isn't the case. We get these books, and we've got people we've got to interview, and I've got to like, try and get through the 500-page
Speed
book.
reader.
So if you write another one, please come on. I'll be able to research it fully again. Taye Diggs, what a pleasure to see you. He's the author of Chocolate Me. He's an actor on ABC's Private Practice, and a father and a husband.
Oh, we should have asked you about Private Practice. So
Ask
before
him.
you go, yeah. Okay, what about Private Practice?
It's such a great show. You all should watch it.
There you go.
It's premiering, I think Thursday.
I know the new season is
think.
starting. You're not going to give us any hints.
It's juicy. There's some juicy stuff. A lot of tension. A lot of tension.
Juicy, chocolate, a lot of food themes going on here this morning, making me hungry. Taye Diggs, good to see you. Thank you for coming
All right.
by.
Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure.
All right, man.
Read the book.
Thank
it's a good
you
book.
so much.
Absolutely.
Your morning headline.